getting pretty painful, at least on the banking and metal side, where the maximum amount of fall has been seen, almost of 8.5% for the Bankex as we read it right now at 3:10 p.m. and 7.5% off for the metal counters. Just bring up the Nifty movers and the Sensex movers if you can on the screen, and just highlight the ones which are seeing the maximum amount of free fall today. Tata Steel is of 12.5%, Unitech is of 12%, ICICI Bank 12%, Reliance Infra and PNB and DLF all of 12% each. So suddenly there's been this cashing in which is just amplified as the minutes pass by in the 230 factor. Let me also at this point welcome in Raj Majumdar, CEO at iMetanoia Financial Services and Bharat State President, Institutional Sales, Technoshares and Stock Broking. Afternoon to both you gentlemen. Bharat, if I can start with you today. Do you feel this sell-off is just because of, this temptation to book your profits in the rally if you participated, and it doesn't really stop the near-term trend of the market, which seems to be a little more positive?
Yeah, I think I agree with it. I mean, if you look at the last fortnight or so, where we have risen by approx 23-25% since March 7th or March 8th. And I think the rally, the maximum drivers of this rally have been the metals and the banking space, and the speed with which both these space have moved up in last fortnight may have been one of the reasons for today's big sell-off. Another thing is, of course, the global markets have been quite weak since today morning. Along with the Dow futures, all the Asian markets are trading quite weak. Along with it, the European markets have opened 3-4% lower. So because of this gap down opening, and at the same time the market have risen so fast, I think both the factors have contributed to the today's sell-off. So I would try to term this sell-off as a mere profit booking in the short term.
Afternoon, gentlemen. Prashant here. Raj, what would your thought process be? Do you think the rally is over?
For the most part, agree with it's a short-term thing that we just rallied on the back of some structural good news that came up in the U.S. Last week. Primarily the monetary easing that the US Fed has moved towards, that was understood to be the only thing that was working in Europe. So the street reacted rather positively to that. The other thing that perhaps gotten missed in all of this is the fact that some of the financials in the US are beginning to show operating profits, which is a very good sign, because so far they have just been black holes taking in a lot of money and attention from the Fed. So some of these bigger names like Citi and JP Morgan, etc., starting to show, at least at the operating level, a profit is a very good news. In terms of the market in India, for instance, last week alone, both banking as well as metals were the single largest gainers from the rally. Banking, for instance, was up 17%. Metals were up around 14%. So it's giving up some of that gain. It's largely profit taking at this point. But what to our mind is really encouraging is that there is a fair bit of dry powder on the sideline, and people are willing to deploy it if the fundamentals are there. So that's a bit of a departure from what it was like just a few months back, when even some structural good news was really not seeing much of a optimistic read by the markets.
Raj, is there a year-end factor associated with the sell-off? For example, what we are seeing today and we might see tomorrow?
No, I don't think so. I think it's purely profit booking at this stage. There is every sign that the U.S. market is likely to open lower, so people are acting in anticipation of that open later this evening for us. So it's something that if the U.S. markets, for instance, don't sell off to a large extent, you may even see some of the gains being taken back, the losses being taken back in the markets tomorrow. as we look at it, the end of the year is likely to be fairly positive, at least for India. The December quarter really saw a massive contraction in demand, which was really difficult to explain. So we would expect some amount of easing of that, and that will get reflected in the fourth quarter number. So we are expecting the numbers to be fairly better and probably do a little better than expected on some sectors.
All right, BankX is off 9% now. Even after today's 9% cut, it's up, I think, about 8-9% for the month. So 50% of the gain sought that we closed with on Friday over the last one odd month is being given up in a single trading session. Same is the story with real estate as well. Metals is another pack. The index is off about 8-odd%. Everything else, IT, tech, capital goods, PSU, 3-4% sort of cuts. Consumer durables is the only one which is actually up in the positive region, mildly so. Bharat, banks, would you say that these three sectors, banks, real estate, metals, that's where the maximum pain is going to be if you see some sort of extended sell-off continuing over the next couple of days? As simple as that, spaces which ran up the most, accumulated the most gains, will start to give up?
Yeah, I mean, what needs to be seen is the news flow which comes out of US, Prashant. I mean, what we have seen in the recent past is that there have been some improvement in the banking stocks, especially because of some of the big peers and giants over there like Citi and JP Morgan has come out and said before 10 days, 15 days back that their January, February months they've done much better. And like today morning or yesterday, they came out with a statement like the March is going to be quite tougher, and I think the market is taking a cue of that. And market has started to believe that the March is not going to be better for these giants over there as far as the January and February is concerned, and that's why I think the banking stock all across the region is taking a huge beating along with the Europe. Another thing needs to watch is that George Soros has come out with a statement showing that UK banking system is in a worse shape, and UK might need financial support from IMF going ahead. So like some of this news flow and some of these statements coming over the weekend has dampened the sentiment in the short term, along with it the profit booking. As far as Indian banking stocks are concerned, I think there has been a huge sell-off before fortnight back, and what we have seen is a relief rally in the banking stocks over here. However, going ahead, the fundamentals for the banking stocks are not appear as of good as of now. Since the bond yields are not coming down, that has been one of the major negative trigger for the banking stocks over here. Apart from that, the credit has been contracting. We have seen the credit growth of around 17.5-18%. So the credit growth has been contracting from 20.5% before a quarter back to around 17.5-18%. The bond yields are not coming down. So the M2M treasury losses are going to be there in the bank's balance sheet. So I think going ahead, we have to wait and watch how these things turn around.
All right. Besides banking and metals, the other sector which has now again got worse and predictably does is real estate. It's off about 11%. DLF is off also close to 11%. So that's leading the decline we see on BSE Realty. Raj, a comment on DLF. Profit has been reporting on the company doing some major restructuring or rejig of businesses. We believe that DLF is exiting its wind power business. It's in fact getting into the power distribution business where the initial investment is low. Do you believe such moves try and give you a little bit of a relief on a company like DLF, which has been, of course, plagued by all the concerns on real estate front, and the price correction has not also been to the market's desire?
Yes and no. In a lot of ways, we're not very. We don't typically like it when companies move away from what they've really been working on, and it was quite a bit of the thing to do towards the end of the bull market to get into the power and the realty businesses. It remains to be seen in terms of how efficiently they're able to manage that business, because whether you look at it in terms of the discount factor that you take to discount the cash flow, that will have to take into account that they're getting into a new business. That said, the power sector is likely to do fairly well, and it tends to be a utility kind of, a very mature utility kind of business. So it's